Hello my boys, good morning. This is a full guide on essences in Down of the Hunt League. I will explain all the changes that GGG did in patch 0.2 and share my discoveries because I've been farming essences for more than 10 days now. We will talk about the profit, I will explain how to optimize this farm, we will talk about the 4 new essences and I will give you some practical exemplification so you can use them right away. And also towards the end I will explain how to properly do this map and we're gonna talk about the prices also. So enough talking, let's jump into it right now. Okay my boys, what you need to understand is that in patch 0.2 we now have 3 tiers of essences. We have the normal ones, we have the greater ones, and here we have 4 special ones which are called corrupted essences. So these are the common ones that you will find everywhere inside your maps. These are much more rare and this one you can only get by applying a Valorb. So in patch 0.2 you need to carry inside your inventory, if you're farming essences, some Valorbs, because you will apply these Valorbs on the trapped essence monsters. So inside your maps you'll find trapped essence monsters and you want to always apply a Valorb because it can have the following outcomes. It can add 1 extra essence to the trapped monster. It can reroll all the existing essences into different ones. Now the thing that we want, it can upgrade the essence to the higher tier. So for example, you have a normal essence, you apply a Valorb and it will get upgraded to the greater essence. Yeah, this is the best outcome that can happen. Let's say you have Essence of Haste, use a Valorb, it has a slight chance to turn into a greater Essence of Haste, which is what we want. Now it gets even better. If you have a greater Essence, you find it in your maps, you'll apply a Valorb and one of the outcomes is that it can change into one of these corrupted essences. And these are wanted by a lot of people. Also, they are very rare. So don't expect to get a lot of these things. We will talk in detail about what they do and I'll give you some crafting tips soon. And one more outcome that can happen when you put the Valorb on the essence, the monster will be set free and you will start attacking it. This is least favorable outcome. We want to get more essences or we want to upgrade them. This is the best things that can happen. So remember to carry in your inventory at all times, if you're farming essences, Valorbs. Yeah. This is what you need to understand for SS farming. Now, we should also talk about the prices of these essences because we want to realize if they are profitable or not to farm. So here in the in-game currency exchange, we have the essences with different tiers. I need to stress that even some of the normal essences, they have value. This one is the best Essence of Haste, normal version. You see, it's 2 Exalted Orb if you get it. Mwah, so good. So even some of the normal ones, you can sell them for a decent price, but the majority of them, they will be very cheap because they are very common. Also in patch 0.2, you get a lot of them per map. Yeah. The greater essences, most of them sell for a good price. Let's take some randomly. Essence of Haste is great always. You see 22 Exalted Orbs. I need to stress that in this patch 0.2, you actually find much more greater essences than in the past. Let's take this one, 21. You see, they have a good price. Sorcery, this is cheaper. Depends, but the majority of the greater essences, they are expensive, even this one, yeah? Now it gets even better. If you're lucky and you're corrupting a greater essence, you can get one of these beauties. Now the most expensive one, it's Essence of Delirium. We will talk in detail about the special essences towards the end and I will give you some crafting tips for them. The other 3 special essence modifiers are not that expensive. You see, this is 35, 37, depending on the time of the day. We also have this one. This is like 65, 70 Exalted Orbs depending on the time of the day. I need to stress that time of the day is crucial and time of the week also. And this is 37 Exalted Orbs here. But the most expensive, you need to remember, it's Essence of Delirium. My guess is as the league progresses, this will get up to 10 Divine Orbs because it will be wanted by a lot of people. This gives a powerful effect. We will talk in detail about this. So these are the prices here. Now we should inspect the Atlas skill tree. If you want to farm this, you need to have a certain Atlas skill tree. So let's take a closer look what I have here. I've been farming essences, like I said, for more than 10 days. And from the mini content that we have here, which are Rogue Exiles, Strong Boxes, Shrines, who cares about Shrines, and Wisps here, essences were the best. But I need to stress that in few days, GGG will do a patch in which they will buff the wisps. Buffed wisps will be better, but until then I will stick with essences. So what you want to do here, you want to allocate all the essence nodes. This is brainless. You farm essences, you want to take the essence nodes, pretty much like it. Here it's an important node that I need to stress about because you want to make the most amount of profit. Let's unspec it. So when you allocate these things, the most profitable essences will be this one that give you physical, chaos, speed modifiers and attack modifiers. So make sure that you want to take these ones so you have more chance of finding essences with these things which are much more valuable. So you want to make more profit, you will pick this thing. Another thing you want to know for this farm here, you also want to take this keystone that will increase chance to find random extra content. Random extra content includes essences, yeah? So this is actually good. Now we can see the rare enemies on the minimap. So usually what you want to do, you rush towards those rare enemies, which by the way, you will see the essences on the minimap because the essences contain a rare enemy trapped. Yeah. So actually, if you rush for those rare enemies, you will complete the essences also fast. This has good synergy. For the rest of the nodes, take whatever. This is personal player preference. Now I explain, this is again my personal preference because we have some rarity here. This will give me 50% increased rarity for free and 4% quantity. But if you don't agree with POEGuy, you can take whatever. Remember to take the mandatory essence nodes and this keystone here. Rest, it's up to you. Yeah, rest, if you want to copy my skill tree, no problem. Maybe you're still progressing your atlas for the points. Remember to just rush for this and this. Rest, it's up to you. Good times, good explanation. And here we need to talk about bossing because we have this thing here, Crystal Ren. Areas that contain map bosses also contain an additional essence. So of course we're farming essences. If we can get extra essences on top, we will take it. So if you have a map that contains a boss, now it will spawn an extra essence. But it gets even better because now we're going to talk about the tablets. As you know, in this beautiful game, we can choose our maps with various tablets. Okay, my boys, we're on the internet. And here on the PoE2 trade website, you will search for this one. Precursor tablet, and you want to pick overseer tablet, and you want with this modifier you put just essence, and you have here area with map bosses contain an additional essence. This can help with this farm. It's not mandatory, you know, but for those nerds that want to mid-maxing to the most, you can buy this tablet. Yeah, this is not a tablet that I personally enjoy too much because it doesn't affect a lot of maps in area, but as I explained in the Atlas skill tree, if you have a map with a boss, you will also get guaranteed 1 extra essence. So now if you also use a tablet like this, you will get 2 extra essences per map with boss. So you will search like this and you whisper some guys. Maybe you want to pay attention here so you have up to 4 maps. Yeah, but I just need 1. These guys don't want to answer because they want to ruin my video. Good. You know, this is for the nerds that want to mid-max, but actually you can use something for budget here if you don't want to be a nerd. You can buy things, maps in range irradiated, you know, and this can spawn with this modifier. Your map has increased chance to contain essences and you can use it like this without any problems. So you'll find the tower and use either that tablet with map boss in the area or use an irradiation that have your maps have increased chance to contain essences, but it's not mandatory. I need to stress because here you need to look at essences at the small side content, yeah? Actually, you want to be focused on the major content, for example, expedition, ritual, or breach, and you use essences as a support. Yeah, this is how I personally like to do it. So you don't need to go like a maniac and buy your tablets with additional essence. None of that crap. You focus on a major content and use essences here like a small content support for extra currency. But you need to know how to farm them the right way. Okay, my boys, now let's talk about the special essences. Here I also prepared some bases so I can demonstrate, so you can see it with your own eyes how these essences work. Maybe you can make profit and you learn a thing or two. So let's take the first beauty here, which is Essence of Horror. Upgrades a normal item to magic or magic item to a rare item with 1 guaranteed property. Now the property is this thing, 100% increase of socket in runes on soul cores, which is actually quite good, especially if you can corrupt that piece and have 2 sockets. So basically it will feel like having 4 sockets, making it very powerful. But important that you can only use it in gloves or boots. And in this beautiful video I will do crafting demonstration, but I need to stress that you only want to use it on magic, because it doesn't make sense to use in a normal item. Let me demonstrate why. Here I have some boots, because you can already find it with good modifiers. Here I got it for cheap, I spent 10 exalted orbs and already has 2 good modifiers. So don't start from ground zero, like taking an item with no modifiers on it, because most of the time when you're gonna use some exalt slums, here you will get trash. Yeah? So here is the tip from POEGuy, you only apply it on magic items that already have good modifiers. Here are some examples. So I bought items which already have good modifiers for this exemplification. Now, what you want to do here, because I already have 2 good modifiers that are magic, it will transform it into the rare and will guarantee that I have this line here with increased 100%. Basically, this is how it goes, and then you will apply exalted orbs and you pray that you get something useful. Now for these boots here, I'm interested to get resistances or life. Let's see what we get. We slam it. This is horrible. This is more horrible. Yeah. So as you can see, I was not lucky, yeah. But You've seen the process, so now you have. So what I suggest you do, let's suppose that you got life and resistances, you will also put some quality. Now, and sockets, which is important. So now, whatever you socket inside, let's see here. El Grande tab, we put a rune socket here. Let's put this thing. Put it. So now 40%. Because of this effect here, I will get 80% life. Yeah. So 80% instead of 40, but imagine if I had two sockets with two runes like this, I would get 160 maximum life, which is a lot. So people what will want to do here is take an Omen of Corruption, they want to activate it, they will close the eyes and they pray that they get an extra socket. Amusing. Oh, and I got it. And now because of this line, this will give you 160 maximum life. Maybe someone will use it, especially now that, yeah, this I think I can sell it for 2 diviners. Because it hit the socket. Let's move to the next essence. This is, you can also do the same thing with 100% increased effect of socketed items on the gloves. But remember, you want to buy a magic ones that already has good modifiers. Now let's check this beauty here. Essence of Insanity, just like POEGuy. Upgrades a normal item to magic or a magic item to rare with 1 guaranteed property. The property is on corruption, item gains 2 enhancements. So 2 corrupted enhancements. We will do so, we demonstrate it can be only used on belts. Sadly, this essence can only be used in belts, which sucks, because we had different item slots with much better corruptions, like for the gloves or for the helmet. But it is what it is. Again, I bought one which already had good modifiers, maximum life and strength. And now we want to hit this thing, which will turn it into a rare. Now I got the modifier. Yeah? What you want to do, you do the Path of Exile to elaborate crafting process. You will click it, and you pray that you get something good. In this case, resistances would be great. Armor is okay. Maximum mana, it's kind of okay. Now what you want to do, you want to corrupt it, so you get those 2 explicits. Corrupted implicits, sorry. So yeah, with Omen Corruption, because one of the outcomes, without this beauty here, one of the outcomes is nothing happens. And I know from the Guild Discord server that someone said that you need to use this thing, because if you get that outcome, you will not get the corruptions. I have not tested myself, so I apologize if this is not the case, but just to make sure, use an Omen of Corruption because it's cheap. And this will guarantee that you get 2 corruption implicits. For example, here I got some fire resistance, maximum endurance charge. This is how you craft with this essence, and only orcs with the belts. Good. We put it here and we go on. Now let's go into the most expensive essence, which is Essence of Delirium here. This is great. It's actually very powerful, and my prediction is that in 20 days or so, this will be 10 diviners. At the moment it's 5-6 diviners, and it's so good. Let's read what it says. Upgrade a normal item to magic or magic item to rare. You do it what POEGuy told you, with a random notable passive tree as a modifier. Can only be used on body armors. Sadly, we can use only body armors. So again, you go on the trade website for your build, you know what's the best base, and you look for useful modifiers. So I want to do an upgrade here, if we hit it and you're lucky, with maximum life and resistances, because you can never go wrong with these modifiers. So this will give you 1 random notable passive as a modifier. If the passive is rare, we will be rich. Let's see what we get. Lasting Trauma. You can hold down Alt and you read what it says. Reduce that. Oh shit. I don't want to reduce. Oh, this is a shit notable, but some of them can be really expensive. Man, this is really horrible. Man, anything else that I would get would be good, but this is. I just wasted 5-6 diviners. Let me show you. So on this skill tree, you have different notables and you can get really good ones. For example, you can get this one. You can get this one. Depends on your build. You can get this one. There were so many possibilities and I got the crappiest one. Yeah, I don't want reduced attack speed for my build. Yeah, but I will give you a tip now. What you want to do here for specifically. Let's slam here. Oh shit, we killed resist. Imagine if this node was great, you know. You want to take now Fraction in Orb and you hope that you hit the notable. I didn't hold it, but you know, you need to know this trick. Yeah, let's see what else I would get here. Oh shit, this was a great body armor, but sadly I didn't got a good node here. I will still try to sell it, maybe for 2 divines. Maybe someone will buy it. Now let's explain the last essence, which is the suckiest of all. So this essence sucks. Upgrades a normal item to magic with 1 item rarity modifier. So you cannot do this trick to get a magic item with 2 already good modifiers and upgrade to rare. It forces you to use on the normal item, and the effect is not that powerful with one item rarity modifier. You know, it can all be used on helmets, rings, and amulets. Now, for this exemplification, I already had the sapphire ring, so I will show you what it does. You click it, it needs to be normal, and it will give you a rarity modifier. That's all that it does. It's nothing fancy, because now you're still gambling, because it was normal rarity. For the other modifiers, you need to basically gamble. You click here, you pray that you get something useful, then you make it rare, and you put some exile slots. Yeah, and that's how you do it. So it's the least profitable from all of this. But at least now you know how to craft with these special essences, and I demonstrated what to do. Yeah. So always for the other essences, buy a magic item for God's sake, don't buy a normal item, because we want to make profit. Okay, my boys, and lastly we need to talk about the unique map, the Silent Cave. Here it's all about essences, but you need to do it in the proper way so you can make profit. Yeah? First thing that you need to understand is that this map is very rare. You will barely see it on the atlas. But here I asked a friend who found it if I can go inside in order to showcase it. What you want to do here, you start with the edges and you corrupt all the essences. The essence modifiers from these monsters will get added to the boss from the middle. That's why you want to do it like this. Yeah, so here I'm going to the next essence, and same thing, I will apply a Valorb and hope that something happens. As I explained, you can get one extra essence, or the essence can be upgraded. Here it's the boss. I need to stress again, you don't want to engage with it. Yeah? So don't corrupt it, don't do anything to it. You first start with all the corners and kill all the essences, because those essences will be added to the boss in the middle. Another essence here, I will use a Valorb and see what it happens. You see I got one extra essence, that is good because it will get transferred to the boss in the middle. Not only that, the essence will get upgraded. So if I have a normal essence, it will get upgraded to a greater essence. Here is another one, same thing, you want a Valorb. I got an additional essence, so good. You kill it, and now at the end you proceed towards the middle and you will find all the essences that you killed but upgraded. You see, now they are greater essences. This is perfectly if I had, for example, and you want to corrupt it. You want to corrupt it because they can get upgraded to those special essences. And now the fight, you need to know that it's very hard. Here I'm playing my main build in Path of Exile 2, which is extremely tanky. But if you have a squishy build, you'll have a horrible time. I suggest that you find help for this map. Yeah, you need help, because the essence monsters will be very hard to kill, because he can one-shot you. Yeah. So keep that in mind when you're doing it. Now at the end you collect the essences. Okay my boys, the guide ends here. I hope you found this information useful. Enjoy the rest of the day and good luck!